Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are we all doing on this nice Saturday? Hello. Anyways, hi. Uh, surely, my internet doesn't explode. Okay, I did shave. I did shave earlier. Kind of need to get a haircut soon, but always looks nice. Yeah, but you might be biased. Internet problems are contagious by. Oh no, it's spreading. Oh god. But yeah. Uh, I guess in news, I'm monetized on YouTube now. Let's go. Now I can make like 3 cents on my videos. Good fucking bit. Good fucking bit. That's a good bit. They can eventually be more than Twitch. True. Yeah. You know, I can now make passive revenue from my YouTube uploads. It's gonna the fucking $2 is gonna go so hard. You have no idea. Money's gonna go crazy. Yeah. Man, maybe after 3 and 4 release, I'll make like $3 instead of $2. That's gonna be crazy. That's like one whole extra dollar. Don't let it get to your head, yeah. We would never reach 1K subscribers. Fantastic. Hi, Oakley. Earn $4 one. Oh, that's true. I didn't consider that. Oh. Anyways, yeah. Let's, I don't know, rune some Delta or whatever. Yeah. Watch the new Last Amalgamate. I need to watch the Last Amalgamate, like, in general. I haven't watched any of it. Yeah, sure, why not? Last Amalgamate is P. Well, I mean, it has to be. You know it's good when when you have people saying absolute dog shit takes about it on Twitter. Smile. I have no excuse, just haven't done it. No, that's me. Super into under. Yeah, I'm not like the biggest AU guy. I say as if I didn't make Growth Spurt my entire personality. But yeah, I'm not huge on a bunch of AUs. I don't like go purposely like, you know, I don't go into a lot of AUs. I kind of just pick the stuff that interests me, and as it turns out, not a ton of AUs interest me. Nothing against like the actual AUs themselves, it's just, you know, I have taste. I have like my own taste. AUs can be hit or miss, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I think my favorite thing with AUs was just that one stream where I was running PS Outer Tail, and we just fell down a fucking rabbit hole of Undertale AUs. Fucking swap. Count as an AU? Technically, yes. Technically, yes. Undertale Yellow counts as an AU, but you know, I think there's like a distinction between like, you know, like a fan work and an AU. Because like an AU is something that's on like a bit of a larger scale, I would say, or like a more general scale. Like, while like, you know, a fan work is like a more specific thing. Technically, yes. Ambiguously, maybe. A copy of a copy, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, same. That's where Undertale Yellow stands for me. Sort of. Like, the closest comparison, at least. Because technically, like, if you wanted to, all fanfics are AUs. But, you know. Chili Cause an alternate take, yeah. Events more directly, yeah. So, like, something like, well, I mean, quite literally, I can't even deny it, but, you know, PS Outer Tail, TS Underswap, yeah, those are AUs. They're, like, a more specific take on the general AU concept, but they're still an AU. I was like, it's sad, and Delta Tag is just... I remember, like, at the start of 2022, there was one fic I read that was, like, supposed to be focused on, Suzel, but then at the end there was just Surprise Curdly, and I just always remember that. Keep signing a gender. Yeah. Yeah, that is an unfortunate common trend. Especially with the stuff written before, like, I want to say it's probably, like, 2020. Like, 2020, 2021, that's, like, a thing that's a lot. That happens a lot. It's very prevalent in the early fics. 2020 was so recent, though. Yeah, yeah. 2020 was so recent, guys. Yeah. It was 5 years ago for the gray hair. Hey, did you know that this summer I'll have been streaming for 5 years? Yeah. Let that sink in. Well, in that case, I'm glad you picked up on that, Marlet. You're having to explain time loops because they were to comment. Time loop. Sorry. And start. God, I love fucking playing, when I was playing The Answer and Reload, and, you know, they just had a moment where it's like, did you feel it? The moment time loop, with time looped and, you know, like, highlighted text, I'm just like, oh my god, the brain rot. Damn. It's full of time. It's a very, yeah. But yeah, I will say, like, it definitely can be hard to read Undertale, fanfic. I feel like Deltarune can be a bit easier, mostly because, you know, it's a bit more recent, so people are a bit more respectful of Chris's pronouns. I mean, if I see anything written before Chapter 2, there's like it's like a coin flip on if they're gonna fucking he, him, Chris, or whatever. And so many, oh my god, yeah. But yeah, I will say, like, you might be surprised with just, like, I guess how little fan content of this game of these games that I consume. Like, you know, I'm there for, like, the art and you know, stuff like that, but, like, I don't like interact with a ton of, like, actual fan works outside of the ones that interest me. No one knows. Yeah. A lot of, I want to say a lot of Deltarune fanfic I've seen is just, like, very slice of life. But, you know, then you have, like, the big stuff with, like, people trying to do their own takes on chapters and whatnot. Which I think is cool. Like, I may not, like, appreciate some, like, or I don't want to say appreciate. I may not, like, be down with some of them, or, you know, might, like, really like some of them, but, you know, I always appreciate the effort that goes into, like, making your own entire chapter. I was not surprised. Yeah, Lamau. Do all of Deltarune before Deltarune is a wild idea. Yeah. The original work usually. Yeah, I kind of feel that. Like, whenever I see, like, a lot of the time at least, when I see, like, original chapter works, it always feels like, even though, like, they visually look very distinct, like, sometimes they just kind of, like, feel the same. And, like, it's one thing when, like, someone's, like, Chapter 3 concept feels the same as another Chapter 3 concept because we actually had a good idea of what was going to happen in Chapter 3. That's, like, one thing. That's something that makes sense. Or, like, I don't know. It starts monologuing about it. Wait, no, but that's cinema. I feel like there's, like, definitely, I definitely feel like a lot of, like, copying the structure of Chapter 2. My name is Gaster. I made the Dark World. It was difficult to put the pieces together. I mean, I don't want to harp on, like, fan-made chapters too much. Just because, like, people are allowed to, like, have their own takes and whatnot. I think I only really ever got annoyed at them when like, people kept falling for, like, OMG, Deltarune leak? Is this Toby Fox secretly in disguise? You know, I think that's the only time where it really annoyed me. And that it was less, like, the actual works themselves and just how people were acting. I'll say it's Siffrin coded to... You know what? I can see it. I can see it. I see the vision. Easy. My power just blipped. Aw, man. Well, at least you're back. Hi. MG hot. Tries to ship POV and fails is really. I think it's like I think it's funny, but also yeah. I kind of like the whole deal with like the second half of Snowgrave, like, you know, after you actually, you know, fucking kill Birdly. I kind of like the whole deal where like at past that point it's just kind of like the game is desperately trying to get itself back on track. It's like, oh fuck, what do we do? Oh fuck. And I think Ralsei is definitely kind of aware of that. In some way. Rules just allow you so that Ralsei can explain the statues. Yeah. You know, and then like, you know, Ralsei just like explaining the roaring in like 2 sentences to Queen. Queen's night monologue, so happy. Yeah. I just love a weird route where Ralsei just fucking explains the roaring in like 2 sentences, and then in a main route it's a whole ass fucking 1.5 minute long cutscene. Roaring speedrun. Huh. Must have been the wind. The wind occurs a sword slashing. Now, I think one of my whenever I think of like, must have been the wind, I just think about that one bit at the end of JoJo Part 4 where a character unironically says, "Wow, the rain sounds like Josuke screaming." And that was how they got half the cast out of the final fight. It was raining really loud, and so... Everything's derailing, gun the shit. I'm down. Yeah, and I like that. In the second episode, they have to keep justifying why Noelle isn't a part of, like, you know, like, the two battles that take place. It's like, I was like, oh shit, like, we can't just have Noelle not, they have to, like, justify it. It's like, fuck, this battle system's only designed for 3 people. Hello, Krakatoa, erupt on that thing. Filter and being the... Yeah. I mean, there are other 3-party RPGs. I mean, Final Fantasy VII is, yeah, Final Fantasy VII, yeah. I was trying to think. Anyways, there's something I wanted to comment on. Oh yeah, I remember now. I remember this being, like, kind of something that bugged me a bit, like, around, like, during, like, the period of, like, the first few months after Chapter 2 released. You know, when we were getting all those, like, early theories and whatnot. And, like, I kind of bothered me, like, whenever people were constantly like, why didn't Ross say bring up the roaring in Chapter 1? And it kind of bothered me because, like, I think there's 2 reasons. I think the first reason, maybe Toby just hadn't fully thought of it yet. Second reason, there was no reason for him to bring it up in Chapter 1. You know, like, at that point in Chapter 1, you know, Chris and Susie already had enough motivation for leaving the Dark World and sealing the fountain because it was their only way of getting home. You know? And then also, like, you know, at the time, maybe just, like, Ross didn't know there was someone actually constantly going around and creating fountains yet. Like, there was literally no reason for him to bring it up in Chapter 1. Yeah. Because, like, you know, also, like, I don't think Ralsei expected, anyone to be like, let's create a dark world, you know? I don't think he actually expected anyone in the party to, like, be like that. You know? Yeah, chapter 1 panel was the last, yeah. I don't know, it always felt like just a really weird point to, like, bring up. It's like, there's all these other reasons Ralsei is sus, and you bring up, like, the most understandable thing he didn't mention. So that's what... The diner, huh? Huh, diner, the... Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright. Alright, time to lock in. No way, it's that guy I fight every day. TP, I heal. I just gotta Gnosis twice. I fucking heal prayed. Oops. My fault. My brain like got confused for a moment. My brain got confused for a moment. It was like, me when I get off cycle. Gets off cycle one time. My brain suddenly thought I was playing chapter 2. Okay. Always has been. Always gotta be careful when I'm doing auto-run menuing because it's literally right above return to title. I forgot bird brain moment. Just a bird that has a brain, yep. Easy. Can't hear the song without my brain autofill like this. Literally, whenever I listen to this song on its own, I can see this entire fucking fight in my head. Giga Queen 2? Yep. Although a little less vivid with Giga Queen. Because I don't practice that fight nearly as much as I practice King. With Giga Queen specifically, whenever I'm listening to that part of You Will Know Her Name, You Will Know Her Name's finale, whenever like, for me it's mostly just like the round announcer. But yeah, it's even funnier for me with fucking Carrying the Weight of Light, just because, like, I see the entire fucking fight in my head. See, man, if only the music settings were in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Xenoblade Chronicles 2? No, silly, you have to go to the dark world to change the auto settings. Hope this helps. True. Boom, boom. All right. Gotta turn on the fan. All right. Goat on screen? There's two goats on screen, actually. Goat has been behind the screen. Need to keep up. Twitch tab muted itself. Good bit. Lamau. I can't... God. Just playing vanilla... Playing fucking vanilla Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 with, like, no music mods is gonna be, like, a fucking experience. I can't enjoy this. There's no Scott the Woz. Your congrats on 1K. Thank you. Big 1K subs. Alright. There's a lot of games. I liked it. It was a good one. A classic Scott banger. Thank you, Thomas. And there is no Scott the Woz. That's fine, I won money. I wanted a great bit more for money anyway. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Especially when there isn't an active conversation going on. Or, you know, when I need to, like, fucking lock in or whatever. I just yap. I mean, same, but... sometimes I don't know what to yap about. I mean, I feel like at least 70% of my stream content is just me fucking yapping about something for like an hour while playing this game. If I had studied biology as hard as I have studied Deltarune, I wouldn't have failed it. Good bit. +2. But I will say, I do like yapping about this game. I mean, I literally cooked up a fucking, like, cool idea for that Chapter 3 Weird Route could do. And, like, it just entirely through me yapping about the Weird Route in general. What was the idea again? Basically, like, on Weird Route, like, something about the Chapter 3 Dark World is, different. Must have been the wind. Man, the wind is really loud today. I will say, when it comes to, like, Weird Route ideas, like, I'm a big fan of, like, people who don't just go with, like, the regular Snowgrave, but it's another character type stuff, you know? We're kind of like when people try to, like, think outside the box on what Weird Route could do. No, Toriel, do not the Firegrave Undyne. It's just Toriel's like, I'm a homophobe. Oh, yeah. I think it just bugs me with Weird Route specifically. That it's just like, that people love sticking to, like, you know, doing the same thing. That Chapter 2 did. Instead of, like, trying to explore, like, any other possibilities of what the route could provide. But I thought Alphys was a girl? Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way. Can you fucking aim, please? Bureau aiming challenge, impossible level. The shooting mirror needs a name too? Yeah, it's bitch. Needs one more. I think you need. We're gonna be breaking the game and going. Yeah, that's what Weird Route I think is supposed to be about. Electric guitars are cool. Yeah. Shout out God Metal. Want to buy it over here? I need. Where's my fucking tree crown without a ruler cover? I've been waiting for 2 years. Retribution. I'm pretty sure for like the 2024 ballot, so like the one that was posted at the end of 2023, I voted for Remedy Retribution. Like I threw that one in there. I don't think so, but I can see that working. I think my big thing, like my biggest, like, this is never going to fucking happen, thing for Weird Rod is just like a point where the game is broken so much that you have to do wrong warps to progress. Like, that's not gonna fucking happen. There's no way, but it would be so cool. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever, fine. But yeah, I need my fucking Gametal Tree Crown without a ruler cover. I've been waiting for too long. I only had to wait a year for, well, less than a year for 2 planets approach the Roche limit. And that shit is cinema. Equivalent that appears. Yeah. But that's why that's just my crack. Like, this is literally not going to happen. Like, a hope that I think would be really fucking cool. Your sound alter and you need to build on the idea. Yeah. I just hope like we also in Weird Rod we get to see some like the game breaking apart, but in like more literal ways. Like I don't mean like I don't want the game to go all fucking like one-shot DDLC and all that on us, but you know, so, like, you know, being a bit creative with that type of stuff. Oh, it was already. You realize you're behind. Yeah. I want to say, like, you know, a bit more, like, literal ways of, like, the game breaking, you know, like, maybe, like, you know, glitched graphics in some places, you know, stuff like that. Something like I said Act 5 Hal. Yeah, something like that. Which, by the way, that was, I think that's one of the highlights of that game. That entire section fucking like hurt my brain. I'm trying to be vague about it. I'm not trying to say anything specific, but that whole section of the game hurt my brain. Noelle. Okay, well, you know what? I missed the crit. I had the hard read. I knew it wasn't gonna work, so I had the hard read. Fucking rolls the highest. Good fucking bit. It rolls the highest again. This fucking game, man. Alright, so he's got the whole thing in there on the weird ground is secret hunting, and he's... Yeah! Yasser deniers are just like... Come on. Guys, another, like, it's crazy, like, you know, the song is called Another Hymn, you know, it has Gaster's leitmotif in it, you know, it uses the same exact sound font as Gaster's theme from Undertale. I don't think Gaster's in the game, though, you know? Like, I don't know, man, like, it must have been the wind! Or his type number being 666 means something. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'm sure that means nothing. I'm sure, you know, the Goner Maker voice, you know, on Toby Fox's Twitter, you know, referencing entry 17. I'm sure that was nothing. You know Toby Fox, he's such a troll. Why do people think that, by the way? People think Toby Fox is Scott Cawthon. That's why people think Toby would do that. Do you, like, use another attack? Flowey Nazis will be completely differently. This just is entirely unpredictable. I feel like you're, like, subtweeting something, but I don't know what. just because I Toby's in because wow, okay. Like sometimes there's inconsistency, but like no man is perfect. Just because he probably slips up a few times in some places doesn't mean that like he doesn't care. Anyways, you know, there's no way that the player can be, there's no way that the player can be diegetic and Deltarune, you know? Like, that's so crazy. It's obviously something more reasonable. We're obviously controlling piles of Asriel's dust. Hello, welcome in. Piles. Yeah, Gaster Deniers are fucking crazy. I kind of feel like I kind of feel about it in the same way that like people who say, there's no like people who constantly talk about, oh well, what if Mystery Man isn't Gaster and we all just made that up, you know? I feel the same way about those types of people. Or like the people who just say, oh, it's just a reference to Yume Nikki, it's nothing more. I'm just like, what? You're just being contrarian. It's like someone took like, you know, like the like admittedly like somewhat intriguing idea, you know? Like I think it's like a somewhat intriguing idea of like, well, what if Mystery Man wasn't intended to be Gaster at first? Yay, I got Devil's Mouse. I have a joke Undertale theory. Sure, go ahead. Like, you know, I think it's like an admittedly interesting idea of like, what if Mystery Man wasn't supposed to be Gaster at first? Like, I think that's like an interesting idea of like, you know, how like fandom affects development, you know? But like then people that like take it too far and are just like, well, what if like it's actually like what if like Toby's just gonna troll us all? Batman Undertale, the same universe. You know what? Sure. I'll believe it. The 60, yeah, previous Toby. Yeah. I'm falling. Shit. Fall. How was the fall? How are your balls? Yeah, like, I get, like... I think it's an interesting thing to think about, you know? But, like, trying to take it, like, seriously, like, as an actual, like, thing that's going to happen, like... You've just been alive-o mauled. Share this with all your friends to totally alive-o maul them. Do 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 do. Gasper, welcome back, Scott Cawthon. Guys, Toby Fox would totally do this thing. Just ignore the fact that this is something Scott Cawthon did. So Toby isn't a Republican? Good. +2. Okay, anyways, you know what? Genius. It's clever again! It's just rigged for Martlet. How long has it been since Intelligent? I don't keep track of these things. Welcome to the underground. How are your balls? If you want to look around, give us your ball. Oh, everything funny. Yeah. No, that's really funny. What does 8-4 mean? Oh, did people actually say that? Nah, we need to open the schools. We need to open the schools. For anyone who doesn't know, 8-4 is the localization company that does the Japanese localization for Deltarune. I also did it for Undertale as well. Eight minus 4, 5 through 7 have been canceled. True. Confirmed. But yeah, yeah, 8-4 is the localization company that does the Japanese translation for both Undertale and currently Deltarune. They're also responsible for the console ports of Undertale and their subsequent effect on the PC version, but you know, that's unrelated to their localization quality. Smile. How many Delta and tomorrow jokes? I already have a scheduled tweet. That's how many I'm making. I already have my Deltarune tomorrow tweet scheduled. I scheduled that shit on April 2nd. They fucked up the input handling. Cinema. Too slightly moving when Toby falls over. Honestly, like, I just really like when, like, I just really like the few posts where, like, Toby kind of messes with us a bit. Like, just a small amount, you know? I also, I miss roast chicken posting. I miss Tina. Tina die. Like, I always thought the joke was that I always thought the joke was that that, you know, like him saying like the only person on Earth to say I miss Tina. It was a like it's just him poking fun at the fact that, you know, it's not out yet, so nobody else has had the chance to say it. That was my immediate assumption. Not wherever, not the places wherever some people went. Anyways, I think I love the most recent example of people over analyzing Toby stuff when everybody was saying the fucking screenshot with Tenna in the border was actually like a deliberate fake troll from Toby or whatever. People think all the thing is, like, Metal Gear Solid 2 didn't even like have false advertising. It just only showed the part of the game where you played a snake. They just think, I mean, like, the trailers do that all the fucking time though, so Jesus Christ, 118 damage. Yep. Enraged Neo moment. Any hit from Enraged Neo instantly, outside of like the group hits, which, you know, only do half damage, any hit from Enraged Neo instantly obliterates Ralsei, and Chris and Susie can only survive one hit each. The vibe feels... I mean, to be fair, we have, like, a collective, like, 15, like, not even, like, 5 seconds of actual footage and then, like, a few screenshots, so... And that's not, like, counting, like, the, Castletown stuff, I guess. Like, technically the most we've seen of, Chapter 4 is just all the Castletown stuff that Toby teased on the 2022 anniversary with that status update. Ralsei being nowhere. He's in one of the screenshots. Huh? He's in a screenshot on the Steam page. He's actually in both of them. He's in both of the Dark World screenshots. Yeah. He's in the Jockington Grows the Beard screenshot and the Battle screenshot. HP, yeah, fucking 180 HP Ralsei. Hello? What was Susie? What was Susie at? Like 240? I can't remember. I know Chris was at like a flat 200. $230, all right. Okay, that still works. Like, I know it's like... I know obviously we're getting stronger after every chapter, you know, like, you know... But, like, it just feels weird to seeing like, them with so much health. I'm used to my baby numbers. I mean, yeah. Probably. Possibly. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like... We only saw 5 seconds of actual footage where Ralsei wasn't there, so... I think the thing that makes Chapter 4 the most interesting so far is that it's the one we know the least about. Cause like technically we did see like a decent amount of stuff, but it was mostly just Castletown stuff. Like, cause all the Castletown screenshots from the 2022 status update are labeled Chapter 4. You know what? I still love that thing, the thing about the changing palette that Nurs pointed out, where when, like, you know, Chris and Susie are doing like the spin animation, they go back to the normal palette. You know, because Toby Fox moment. Yes, all of the new content we saw of Castletown from the 2022 status update is labeled chapter. The screenshots are all labeled chapter 4. Same with the hometown stuff. But we already knew that was chapter 4 anyways. Doesn't know that Chris Vantage is... Yep. Thank you, Toby Fox. This is how you know Deltarne's gonna be great. We would have called it fake because of sprite inconsistency. Now that would have made that would have been what made it legit. Also, shout out to the Soul being off center, and the fucking Switch 2 minigame room. The Toby Fox classic. The moment I hit the Tenna arena in chapter 2, I'm gonna have my eyes peeled for that fucking dead pixel. I love the fucking dead pixel bit so far. I just love that, like, you know, like, you know, it was pointed out, the fact that, like, it wasn't in the Switch version at first, and then it was updated to be added into the Switch version. It was added back. That's one of the unconventional patterns. What does it go free? No, it'd be so funny if, like, there's it'd be so funny, if, like, you know, we have, like, that interactable next to a cutscene, except on the pixel, like, before the cutscene trigger, that's the only place where you can't interact with it. Toby's just gonna take a page out of the Undertale Yellow dev's book and just have fake Chris constantly be teleported to real Chris. Every frame. I can red defend. Cinema. I hit every single crit, so... I may have lost a turn, but at least I red defended. The reward. This is the second time I've gotten this whip background today. I just love how you can just hold like a direction entering the room, and Chris will just face that direction for the entire time. Shifting nervously, like, wait, true? I'm truing? Wait, that's true? True isn't the true? Wrong. True.
Round one.
Fight!
Right to left, even though you don't have audio. Yeah, you can't hear me. Woo! I am the Finder Dodge girl. The roaring. The roaring. This is a shadow crystal. What do you mean they banned Meta Knight from the Kirby Sexy Person tournament? This is literally 1984. Literally 1984. He was too powerful, he had to be stopped. Now the real question is who won between the round of who won the round between the Lore Starcutter and Starblock? I need to know. Who won? Who won? Who's next? You decide. I agree with you on everything. This is a good fucking video. What's this? The deed to my house. The deed. God, I was going back through the fucking group chat I had with my SGDQ room last year. I was just going back through some old messages, and I saw the original The D tweet. Because either Oakley or Xander sent it. Not D. What's this? The D. Doo-doo. Do-do-do-do. Lore Starcutter beat Starblock. Yeah, that's my goat, figurative. Listen, I may be a bit biased, though. I may or may not have biases relating to anything involving Magolor. Just all fucking screenshot of Ralsei saying, "Are you sure?" Bosses are dead. Exactly. That's my goat. Okay, I need to. I'll do it after. I'll do it after this is up. Once the run ends. But I was like joking about it in my server. Marks is fucking dead. No, I mean, just kidding. Guest star, but, you know. Something ambiguous canon. And I mean, like, Marks did literally die, so that's what happens. The game shows that at the start of the Marks soul fight. Shows his fucking corpse floating through space. But I was talking about it in my server yesterday about, you know, I have a joke about Galactonite being the only Kirby character to exist exclusively to Aura Farm. And I was joking about, like, we need one of those Meet the Potential Man memes, but with Galactonite. And apparently one was made. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up. This was yesterday, I think. I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. Yeah, here we go. Meet Potential Man. He'd be cool if he was the main villain in a future game. He'll get a better model next game. Galactonite's the strongest. He'll get more lore at some point. Give me liberty, give me fire, give me pointless fights or I retire. If and when, but never is. 0 wins, 0 canon appearances, 7 copy-paste fights. Have a significant appearance and be relevant to the game story. Appear for literally no reason in a side mode. Also, what's my fucking average in this category? Cause I got, this is like I keep getting high 130s. Okay, 130, 120. That's a pretty good average, I'd say. Like that, you know, I can consistently get around this range. You know, I gotta get that consistency up. And I'd say, like, you know, the fact that I finished, like, a little under a fourth of my runs as well is pretty good. Especially in a category as long as this. Or, like, really just, like, a category where you fight Jebel. All right. That was a fun time. Internet, yeah, exactly. Apparently, I dropped 608 frames at some point. All right, anyways, yeah. That'll be it for me. I hope everyone has a good night. I guess since I fucking need to remember, obviously, yeah, join Discord. I need to promote that place a little more. Anyways, bye everybody.